In the legal system, crimes are categorized based on their severity, with distinctions often made between petty or minor offenses and serious or major offenses. This classification impacts various aspects, including the legal process, potential punishments, and long-term consequences for the offender. Here, we explore the differences between petty and serious offenses with examples and key points. Petty offenses. Petty offenses, also known as minor infractions or summary offenses, are considered the least severe type of criminal activity. They typically involve minimal harm or risk to individuals and society. Characteristics of petty offenses. Severity. Low petty offenses involve minimal harm or legal violations. Penalties. Mild penalties often include small fines, warnings, community service, or short-term imprisonment, usually in local jails, often less than 6 months. Legal process. Simplified cases are usually resolved quickly, often without the need for a jury trial. Examples of petty offenses: traffic violations, speeding, running a red light, improper parking, public nuisances, littering, public intoxication, minor disorderly conduct. Petty theft, shoplifting small value items. Trespassing, entering private property without permission, without causing significant damage or harm. Serious offenses. Serious offenses, often referred to as major crimes or felonies in common law jurisdictions, involve significant harm or risk and carry much harsher penalties. Characteristics of serious offenses. Severity. High. These crimes involve serious harm to individuals or society, often posing substantial risks. Penalties. Severe penalties may include long-term imprisonment in state or federal prisons, large fines, probation, and, in some jurisdictions, the death penalty. Legal process. Comprehensive serious offenses involve a more complex legal process, often including lengthy investigations, jury trials, and extended legal proceedings. Examples of serious offenses: violent crimes, murder, rape, manslaughter, aggravated assault, major theft and fraud, grand larceny, bank fraud, identity theft involving substantial amounts, drug trafficking, manufacturing or distributing large quantities of illegal substances, organized crime, participation in criminal organizations, racketeering, white-collar crimes, corporate fraud, embezzlement, insider trading, sex crimes, sexual assault, child pornography, human trafficking, arson, deliberately setting fire to property, particularly when it endangers lives or causes significant damage. Key differences between petty and serious offenses. 1. Legal definitions and categories. Petty offenses, often classified as infractions or misdemeanors, depending on the jurisdiction. Serious offenses, generally classified as felonies or indictable offenses, which are considered much more severe. 2. Impact and social harm. Petty offenses involve minor violations with limited societal impact. Serious offenses involve significant harm to individuals or society, often posing substantial risks to social order and safety. 3. Legal consequences and punishments. Petty offenses, fines, typically modest, short-term incarceration, if at all, usually in local jails, community service, often assigned as a form of reparation, records, may not result in a permanent criminal record or impact future opportunities significantly. Serious offenses, long-term imprisonment, often in state or federal prisons, large fines, significant financial penalties, probation and parole, extended supervision periods post-incarceration. Records result in a permanent criminal record affecting employment, housing, and civil rights, e.g., voting, firearm ownership. 4. Legal process and proceedings. Petty offenses, simplified process, often resolved quickly through local courts. Limited hearings, may not require extensive legal proceedings or jury trials. Serious offenses, comprehensive legal process, involves detailed investigations, multiple hearings, and a full trial process, often including jury trials. Defense and prosecution, requires extensive legal representation and prosecution efforts. 5. Long-term consequences. Petty offenses, limited impact, usually minor long-term consequences. Rehabilitation. Offenders often have access to diversion programs and rehabilitation. Serious offenses, significant impact, may affect an individual's life permanently, including employment, social standing, and freedom. Rehabilitation. Access to rehabilitation may be limited and dependent on the nature of the crime.